Dean Tesler was working security at the Nova Festival on October 7th. He's here from Israel now in the studio to share how, by the grace of God, he survived. And he's here to tell us the story. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a hero. Thank you for serving in the IDF and Special Forces. We all are indebted to you young men who keep us safe from terror. So thank you for everything you do.
Thank you very much.
And I'm so sorry that you have this terrible experience and the trauma, but thank you for coming and sharing the story, because everybody has to hear what happened. Can you tell us what happened on October 7th? You said you were working security at the Nova Festival.
So I work as security guard with my best friend. His name is Bar Cooperstein, and unfortunately still hostage. We work, two best friends that just come in to be a security guard. My job was the commander of the gate around the party, so all of the emergency exit was kind of on me. And Bar's job was highest level of the security guard. In 6:30 in the morning, we saw rockets in the sky, like everyone. And the call from the police, it was to tell the people leave really fast. So me and my friend just driving on the ATV and screaming at the people, leave right now. After 30 minutes, we got another call from the police, and they told us that we need to open emergency exit, that people can leave faster. I don't know if you know, but at the Nova, they've been almost 4,000 people. It was really difficult to tell them leave in one time. So in around 7, we open emergency exit, just the back exit that people can leave faster. And then we're on the road, 232 road, and after a few minutes, we saw from the right, from Re'im, we saw a lady get out from the car, and she was bleeding from the head. Till that moment, for us, it just was another day, regular day with rockets in the sky. When we saw the lady, and we started thinking, why is she bleeding? After that, we did for really, quickly first help, take her on the ATV, drive her to the ambulance, trying to figure out what happened, talk with her. She don't really respond, she's just crying and bleeding. And then when we put her in the ambulance, she just looked at us and told us that terrorists attacked us. And what happened, the fact, I don't need to tell you really, but a terrorist waiting on the roads and killing every car that coming. And that woman was one of the first injuries people that came. And the paramedic told me and to my friend that a lot of injuries start to come. So me and Bar were driving to the same position, and we saw more than 20 or 30 injuries people. Most of them, they're getting shot. And we started to do a lot of tourniquet. And we did tourniquet from branches on the ground that we found. Take a shirt off from the person and start to do a tourniquet after tourniquet after tourniquet for almost an hour. And then the police told us we need to open another emergency exit. So we opened another emergency exit to Moshav that called Patish. I don't know if you know, but the biggest group that survived in that morning from the Nova, they run into Patish. And the famous video that you can see everyone running on the open field, probably everyone saw the video. So they run into Patish. And like you see at the video, people running in panic. Me and Bar driving on the ATV, and we saw from the left a small group that just landed on the ground. So we're coming closer to them, and we see 3 injured women that getting shot in the legs. We did again tourniquet, take them back to the party, put them in the paramedic, in the ambulance, go to the police officer in the road. And then what we saw, it's a terrorist from in front of us from Be'eri, coming with their cars and just started shooting. At that moment, Bar just screamed at me and told me, Dean, go inside of the party. It was safer there. And what happened, I started to run inside of the party. Bar decided to stay in the road. It was the last time they see Bar. From that moment till today, I didn't see him again. We split up, and I started running to the party. He stayed there with the police officer. I will say it before because the most popular question, we've been a security guard without weapon. No guns and no nothing. And it's make it more complicated.
So you and your best friend were working security together.
Yeah.
He went out into the road and was taken hostage. He's still being held hostage.
Yeah.
And you ran into the party. What happened then for you? I mean, how did you survive?
So I ran into the party, sent location to many friends. They told me near to my location a lot of terrorists, I need to run away. So after they get into one car, I didn't get out. I take with me small group of 10 people, and I try to lead them with me, and we start running into the woods, running from bush to bush, from hideout to hideout, just running, and the shooting is still a shooting around us. Running for almost 1 hour and a half. And unfortunately, the last time of the running, we saw again terrorists, but this time they've been really close. I know how much is in feet, but 80, 90 meters. And unfortunately, they murdered most of my group just in 1 second. Most of my group just fallen down in 1 second. I look at myself and tell myself I didn't get hurt. I need to keep running. I keep running, take a left. After a few minutes of running by myself, I saw bullets land on the ground next to me. Keep running, and I jump to the cactus bush. And I've been there from 10:30 in the morning till 7 p.m.
You just stayed
in the bush.
silent.
Yeah.
What were you thinking during that time?
Well, a lot. I jumped to the bush and sent location, and what I heard all of these hours, it's the screaming of Allah Akbar, the terrorists. It's to listening to their Arabic music from their cars, and also to listen of the screaming of Israeli people that begging for don't kill me. And with all of that, I'm just inside of the bush. In around 1 p.m., I saw terrorists behind me, a shadow of terrorists. And then I filmed myself, last video, I will show you in the end, just crying inside of the bush. In 2 p.m., I started a goodbye message to my mom, to my dad, to my brother, to my family, friends. Tell them that I love you and I'm going to die. 2:24, my phone batteries died. And I can tell you that after second, it feels like hours, years, honestly. For me, it just was between me and God. Just talking with God, begging for God, promise to God, a lot of things. In around 3 p.m., after 30 minutes, I realized that from the right, 3 terrorists come into my bush. One by after, they just came from the right and leave from the left. For me, it was the time that's completely accept my death and realized I'm going to die. And thank you, God, again, they didn't see me. The time is keeping running. I will jump to you probably to 6 p.m. It starts to be dark. I tell myself I need to do something. I get up on my legs, but still in the bush, start to wave to helicopter and just waving and waving. Nobody see me. 7 p.m. it was dark. For me, it's feel it's the night right now. I waited too much hours, and I just pray Shema Israel, get out from the bush, start to running. I go to open field, and again, running by myself. Fortunately, what I saw, it's just bodies from the left, bodies from the right. More cars that explode over there and more cars over there. I see everything and just keep running. Running for 30, 40 minutes. And then I saw lights from the car. I'm hiding for a couple of seconds because I don't know if it's terrorists or it's the IDF. But then I tell myself I don't want to hide anymore. And screaming, help me. And thank you, God. Again, he sent me 2 soldiers. Response, it's the IDF. There was 2 commanders in the IDF. I run into them, begging for, please don't shoot me, because they don't know if I'm a terrorist. They almost shot me, but thank you God that nothing has happened. I charge my phone, I call my parents, my mom, of course. Tell her, Mom, I'm alive, everything is good. After 5 and something hours that nobody know what is going on with me. Call my friends. I rescue in around, 8 something p.m. I get to the gas station in Urim. I saw many soldiers, forces, special forces, tell myself, okay, then you survived. And then I got a call from Bar's brother, Dvir. Called me with panic and asked me, where is my brother? Where is Bar? I'm telling him honestly, Dvir, really, I don't know. Talk with me, please. I need to know. I just got out from the woods. And then his younger brother sent me the video. Hamas post video in the Telegram that you can see my best friend, Bar Kupperstein, with the hand behind the back, inside the room, inside of Gaza with more hostages. For me, I didn't realize all of the trauma of October 7. Nothing is, it was really fresh, and my best friend is a hostage. The only friend that I came to the Nova just to work, and unfortunately till today is a hostage. And this is how I finished my day, of October 7.
I mean, Dean, you're 21 years old. You're running around trying to save people. By the grace of God, I can't imagine it was a miracle that you survived. And then you find out that your best friend has been taken hostage. I mean, I cannot imagine the amount of trauma and pain that you felt in that moment.
Yeah.
How are you moving forward right now? I mean, how are you dealing with all of this pain that you're feeling?
So for me, the best psychologist I have for me is the faith and believe in God. For me, between me and God, it's something that happened that I will tell you a little bit. Till like 3 months before October 7, I was so non-religious, like eat everything, cheeseburger, pizza, pepperoni, like everything, I don't care, honestly. And then 3 months ago, because of a really good friend of mine, his name is Ori, at the work, he worked with me in the insurance, and he asked me every morning, you want to come with me shacharit? The beginning I told him, leaving me alone. And after a few times, I go with him. And then I go with him every day. And then I start to keep the kosher thing. And then in around August, I start to put tefillin every day. And for me, it was just 2 months before October 7. After October 7, of many questions with myself, like all of you heard right now, it's about miracle, and another one, and another one. So for me, after October 7, I just get closer to God more and more, and with the faith. And what else give me the power to keep doing what I'm doing? It's that I'm doing it for Bar also. Because I know that if it was the opposite, 100% I know that he will do the same thing. He will go and speak around the world and will be for my voice. And so I do it for both of us. And also, it's a therapy to go and speak about your trauma. And since November, this is what I'm doing. Just going from between states, speaking probably more than 200 speeches I did till today. And I will keep doing speeches till Bar is coming back home. And just, waiting for that call that, listen, Bar is coming back home.
Do you have any sense of whether or not he's actually alive?
I believe all of me that he's alive. And I cannot really talk about it too much. It's complicated, but he's alive. That's what I can tell you.
I mean, your story is just unreal. And unfortunately, there's so many stories like yourself. You're 21 years old. I mean, a 21-year-old American boy, you're a young man.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would be able to survive the way you did. How do you think it happened? Other than God and your faith, how did you know what to do?
So for me, I've been in the army. I've been in the special forces. In the army, I served. And I can tell you in the beginning of to tunicate and to take care of the others, it was really like I'm a robot, that right now I'm in job right now. I need to do what I need to do, and it's to take care of them. And I say thank you that I've been in the army. They teach me a lot of things in the army. You learn a lot. And I think that if I didn't be in the army, if I didn't go to the special forces, probably didn't survive, honestly. And yeah, I say thank you for my time in the army.
So when you're 18 in Israel, you are required to serve in the IDF. Many people watching think that the IDF is a terror organization because it's
Right.
very much demonized, right? It's propaganda that we see.
Right.
You're a young, good-looking, brave, strong soldier. What do you have to say about your time at the IDF and what the IDF stands for and what they're doing right now during the war?
So I heard a lot of opinion here in the States, a lot of opinion of what people think really about the IDF. And I can tell you more than that. In Israel right now, except the Gaza, except the North, you have also the West Bank and all of that. You had a lot of terrorists that coming from Palestinian territory to our territory and with the knife and start to killing Jewish and Israeli people. As a soldier in the army, in the IDF, as forces, special forces, I can tell you, the first thing that we need to do as a soldiers, if we saw the terrorist, the first thing we need to do, it's not to put the weapon and shoot him in the head. We need to do it under the knees. Why? Because this is the IDF. How do you say not loyal, moral? I don't know. Something
Moral.
Moral.
You're a moral army.
Exactly. And it's not making sense because we saw a terrorist. We saw someone that wanted to kill my people. Why did I need to bullet inside of the head? So we don't do that. And if it's a one story, a soldier that did it and killed a terrorist, you know what happened to him? He going to the jail. And he been in the jail. So we have a lot of opinions about the IDF. And for me, it's not making sense because all of the world need to know. In October 7, it's Hamas came to my land. They came to my country. They kill, they rape, they burn. They did a lot of terrible things. And if I will ask any American person, what if it happened to you here in California? What if 3,000 Mexican people will come from Mexico to here to California and did the same thing? What will the United States will do to Mexico? Probably both of us and all of us, we know that Mexico will not exist anymore. With all of the respect to civilians people they have in Mexico, but still. So what is the difference? Because we're Jewish, because we're Israel, because we are the most democratic country in the Middle East, because of what? Probably because all of that. And people need to see the biggest picture. They came, we respond. And not about killing civilians people. Of course, a war, it's a war. But again, it's their story this time. They take hostages. My best friend is a hostage. Every minute, every second, we really don't know what is going on with him. If he eats, drink, did what he need to do, we don't know nothing. And yeah, we need to bring the hostages with any price. And every person need to think, if it was your son, if it was your mom, dad, sister, what next? What will you do? I probably believe that every American with brain will say, I will do the same thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dean, if you don't mind, just looking into that camera over there with a message that you want to share with everyone watching who may not know what really happened on October 7th, who may not know the pain that you and all the people in Israel are feeling right now. If there's one message you want to share, what do you want to tell everybody?
So I want to say to all of the world right now, as a person who's been at the Nova and survived, I can tell you that you need to appreciate your life, every minute in your day, because for all of the human being is something that starts to be usual, to wake up in the morning, to go to the work, to be with your husband, to be with your wife, to be with your kids, to fight with your husband or wife or kids, making sense. But honestly, as someone that accepts my death in October 7, nothing of that is not usual. For me, after October 7, just to appreciate every small thing in my day. And I want to tell all of you, start to appreciate your life more than you appreciate right now. It's a huge gift to be exist in this world. You don't know even how much is a gift. And as a person that saw everything, people died next to him, I appreciate everything in my day. Also to be here right now. So appreciate everything you have and be with the faith. Because about faith, it's not about if you're Jewish, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, also if you're coming from India. The faith is something that a human being needs to keep it moving forward. And for me, the faith is the best psychologist that I have. And keep believe, be a good person. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish, Muslim, doesn't matter where you came from. Just be a good person and appreciate the life.
Thank you so much. We so appreciate you. We're praying that you will see your friend very soon, that they will release all of the hostages, and we bring them home. We all have emunah. We all pray that together we'll see the light very soon. Thank you for all that you do.
Of course.
I hope you will never see this darkness again in your lifetime.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.